One day, an old man was walking along the beach in the early morning and noticed the tide had washed thousands of starfish up onto the shore. Ahead, he spotted a boy gathering up the starfish, then one by one tossing them back into the ocean. Approaching the boy, he asked, "Young man, what are you doing?" The boy replied, "Throwing the starfish back into the ocean. The surf is up and the tide is going out. If I don't throw them back, they'll die." Then the old man gazed out as far as he could see and responded, "But there must be thousands of miles of beaches and countless starfish. You can't possibly rescue all of them. What difference is throwing back a few going to make anyway?"
I would say the memories that stick out from actually being at camp is being in those buses and driving up and seeing your name written that your counselors had made for you. My name is Micaiah, and I don't see that name often. And so that was one of the first memories that sticks out to me in terms of making me feel valued and making me feel seen and heard. Before I even knew where I was and who my counselor was gonna be, I felt cared about before I even stepped off the bus. When you are asking me what adult or counselor stood out to me and made a difference while I was at Rural Family, goodness gracious, all of them come to mind. All of the counselors, all of the staff members, the way that they pour into the children, I remember as a camper I felt that. I felt it from the nurses, I felt it from the coaches, the aunts, the uncles, the grandparents. Every single staff member makes a difference in the children's lives, and they all made a difference in my life as well.
One of my favorite memories from the weekend retreats is one of the mentors or volunteers will come up on the stage and say a prayer before we do communion. And then after that, we trade name tags with one of the friends that we made while we were there. When we do that, we make a promise to pray for that person every day until we see them again.
The OC ministry has made a difference on my life by helping me know that adults aren't going to hurt me or anything like that. They care. There are good people out there that won't take advantage or make me do things that I don't want to do. And it also helped me take the things that have hurt me and I thought, why did this happen to me? Why did God let this happen to me? And they showed me that I can take those things and grow from it, and it's made me who I am.
My favorite memory at Rural Family Kids Camp year after year was definitely the tea party. I remember being a little girl and getting to go and get dressed up and feeling beautiful, and my counselors just loving on me and making me feel special. And as a counselor, I remember going there with my little girls and just seeing myself still sitting there as a child, and it was an awesome memory for me.
One of my favorite events at Royal Family Kids Camp that I'll always remember is definitely the birthday party. Being a camper, like running around, getting to all the bounce houses, getting snow cones, but also being a teen helper and working there, we got to like hand out the gifts to the kids and see their faces whenever they get their MP3 player.
A really neat thing I got to do this year was I got to go to a retreat that's only for girls, but they have one as well for all boys. And I got to meet an amazing person named Becky. And I felt like her energy really brought me closer to God and made me want to learn about Him more.
A counselor that made a difference in my life was when I was younger. It was Mark. He was my first counselor, and I've had him for like 6 or 7 years, and he was a father figure to me. And then as I've gotten older, it's turned into Melissa, and she's my like camp mom, and then when things get hard, I can always just call her and ask for advice.
The OFC ministry has made a positive difference in my life by putting godly men in my life that show me how I want and how I should live my life.
My favorite counselor was Parker because he always pushed you and had jokes and everything. Parker pushed me to do good in school and just have fun.
One of the things that Our Father's Children Ministry has done for me is connected me to my mentor, Becky. And when I first met her, I was terrified of her because she was a cop. And when I was little, I had a huge fear of cops. She just welcomed me with open arms and made me feel loved.
The ministry itself has made a difference in my life by it's opened up my heart to serving more, and it's definitely opened up my relationship with God more. It's put a big burden on my heart to serve the kids in the foster community and give them all the love that they deserve, because a lot of them don't have that love.
Throughout Royal Family, there have been a lot of people that have made an impact on my life, but I have to say the biggest one would definitely be my dad now. He was my counselor. For my first year, I got lucky enough to get him 2 years in a row, and then he started mentoring me, and he eventually adopted me, so that's definitely the biggest change that Royal Family has given me. And what's really exciting is it's my first year getting to be a counselor, and what makes that even cooler is my buddy counselor gets to be my dad, and it brings it all full circle and is really what makes the ministry special to me.
The OC ministry has made a difference in my life by helping me realize that everything I've been through is a story to be told for somebody else to be turned into a strength versus a secret or a weakness that you just hide.
One of the amazing things about Our Father's Children Ministry was they taught me about God. I've never heard about Him before, and it was an amazing experience about to learn about, because I feel like now that I know about that, I know that I have somewhere to go. I have a plan now, and before I didn't know what I was doing, and now that I know about God, I feel like I have a community that I belong with, and I'm no longer alone.
I think the biggest way that this ministry has made a huge impact in my life is it was a really wonderful day 8 years ago that I went and got baptized, and before I got baptized I had to fill out a little note card just explaining a little bit about myself and when I accepted Christ into my life, and I got to put on there that I accepted Christ at Royal Family Kids Camp when I was 5 years old, and so as soon as I left my baptism I wrote Melinda and just thanked her for making a huge impact on my life and just letting her know that even if it only changed one kid's life, that they brought me to Christ, and I got to experience that on that wonderful day.
Our Father's Children, in terms of the meaning for my life, I'm 28 now. When I was in high school and graduating, when I was taking my senior pictures, I thought back through my life, and I chose to bring my photo albums from Royal Family and take pictures of them as my senior pictures. Our Father's Children, and by extension Royal Family, it truly is a family. It's hard to talk about the impact of that because I still feel it today. And I hope that I am pouring into other individuals the way that people poured into my life here at Royal Family and Our Father's Children.
The boy bent down, picked up yet another starfish, and threw it as far as he could into the ocean. Then he turned, smiled, and said, "It made a difference to that one."
It made a difference to this one.
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 It made a difference to this one.